Hello planning mashers and welcome. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the notification bell so you always know when I release new videos. Today we are setting up some 2020 pages in my bullet journal. As I mentioned before, I don't actually start a new journal in January. I start my journals in June, which is my birthday month, so it kind of makes sense. And also I find that in June I have more time. I can concentrate more on setting up my new journal versus doing it in December when it's a holiday season and things are already pretty hectic. But I have been doing a lot of research and I did make some changes in the way I set my goals, and there were a few other pages I wanted to add. So I still have a few pages which I added to my current bullet journal, which will be dividing 2019 from 2020. So today we'll set up those pages and I'll walk you through the way I set my goals and a few other things. Without further ado, get your planning supplies and let's dive in. The first page I'm creating for this setup is my word of the year page. Now, first of all, I must mention that this lettering was inspired by the Greater Good on Instagram. She's a fantastic lettering artist. I love her pieces, and she's doing a lot of her work in black and white, which is absolutely perfect because, as you know, I prefer my yearly pages to be also black and white or kind of in a more neutral style. So she was a perfect inspiration for this spread. The word of the year is kind of your intention and your general direction you want to follow in the upcoming year. So every time you have to make any big decisions or set your goals, you double check it against your word of the year, against your intentions before you commit to it. Now, if you want to know more about it, I do have a blog post with tons of ideas and more detailed explanations on what your word of the year is, and I will link it in the description. But my word for 2020 is thrive. There are a lot of things I started in 2019. There were a lot of changes. It was kind of a crazy year. So in 2020, I want to put my effort into improving everything I have and turning it into something even more successful. That's why my idea for the word was thrive, because 2020 is the year for me to thrive once again after all the many changes we had last year. Okay, the next spread is my goal spread. Now, usually the way I plan my goals is I create a mind map with kind of general ideas on what I want to achieve during the year, and then I plan my goals month by month. However, 2020 is the year to thrive, so I wanted to be sure that I am more strategic about my goals and I plan them more meticulously, if you will. So obviously I did create a list of my general goals, which is usually just a kind of a directional list of what I would like to achieve by the end of the year and who I would want to be by the end of the year. It's not exactly a super step-by-step plan. My plan will be divided by quarters. So as you can see, these are my goals for quarter one. I will have a few goals as general per quarter, and then I will divide them per month, and then inside the month there are divisions by first 2 weeks of the month and last 2 weeks of the month. So as you can see, this will allow me to create a more detailed plan and kind of be more mindful and strategic with my goal planning for the year. The next spread is something new I'm trying this year. Actually, I listened to a TED Talk when they were discussing that to bring a new skill from not knowing anything about it to knowing enough, it only takes 20 hours. And 20 hours is kind of a 1 month, more or less. So I decided to challenge myself to spend 20 hours on a new skill each month. For January, I chose it to be lettering, and if you follow my Instagram, you probably keep seeing my practice sheets. I do have a few ideas on what I would like to do in the other months, but I'm not ready to assign months to the ideas just yet. If you have any fun ideas or skills you'd like to learn, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'll try those out. Finally, my last spread for 2020 is 24/20. This spread can be interpreted in as many ways as possible. A lot of people take it as 20 goals for 2020 or things you want to do in 2020 20 times. It gets kind of confusing with all the 20s. But for me, it's not my goals because I have a separate system which I'm using to work with my goals. So I decided this to be just kind of just 20 things I'd like to do. Not exactly something I will be working hard on achieving, but kind of just fun things that ideally I would like to do this year. For example, I would like to visit our friends in Brazil. I would like to have a beach vacation. I would like to practice journaling more, stuff like that. What would you guys add in your list of 20 for 20? Let me know in the comments below. I will see you in the next video. Keep bullet journaling and don't be a blob. Bye!